Yeah, good evening all. Today is the section of day 3, and today we are going to learn about a different type of sensors, which was the advancement sensors nowadays using at the robots. And not only at the robot, the advancement in technology they are using in this type of sensors, and till now we didn't know about this type of sensors they are using also. Whatever the sensors we know, that is in a so much basic, like in a line following, if we are doing in a basic projects like line following robot, obstacle avoiding robot, gesture control robot, we're going to know about that in a IR sensor and the ultrasonic sensor, PIR sensor, moisture sensor. These all the sensors as in a basic sensors. But if we go within it, the real time project and the real time implementation at the industry purposes or else in a real time projects, there we are going to implement this type of sensors. This was the sensors like in a depth sensor and the geolocation sensor and the lidar sensor, TF02 micro lidar, range finder, and slick time 100, and this is the model number of that, and laser ranger finder, this is sick. And these all the sensors why we have to use. So firstly, what was the sensor? We need to know about a sensor. The sensor is a device which can makes the, I mean that for the human being we have a sensitivity I mean that the sensitivity cells for our human body. Yeah, whatever the object we will be picking, we will be getting the sensitive, and that sensitivity signal has been transmitted to our brain. But if we go within a robot, yeah, here I'm going to, yeah, if we go with okay, this is in a robot. If we assume that, okay, and the robot has picked one object, and how it is know that, yeah, I have picked one object, and how it can sense it by using of the gripper sensors. And if but the human being has been developed within a multiple touch organs, I mean that touch cells. But at the if we go within a robot, firstly we need to know about that what was the parts are being present at the robot, and what was the application of robot. If the humanoid robot, what was the application we have to give for the humanoid robot? Sensing organs and the detecting methodology, and as well as the processing technology. And according to with this, the thinking knowledge which they have to be give the interrelated answers for an opponent persons, that we have to give for a robot. If we go within a robot, firstly we are going within a parts of material selection. And the material selection we are getting in a different type of materials according to the environment. The different type of materials like in a cast iron and the iron, steel, and as well as in a the 3D printed material. This was the material selection we are going to select for a particular robot. In this after doing of a material selection, we are going for a circuit analysis part. In the circuit analysis part, we are going to get the chip technology. What was the chip, and what was the circuit design has to be for the robot. And according to that chip, what was the microcontroller or a microprocessor we have to include. And by giving the data, how much data we are going to feed for that particular chip, particular I mean that the microcontroller, that particular microcontroller, how much data we are going to store, and how it is going to proceed, how it is going to be a process. According to that, we have to design the PCB, and according to that, the PCB designing should be. And after doing of that, next, the wiring connectivity and the sensor connectivity. We need to know that what was the eye, in the place of an eye, which type of a sensor we have to keep, and in the place of a mouth, which type of a device we have to be implement, like for speaking purpose and to be the lip movement purpose. And if we come within a somewhat bottom. And the for the hands, what was the actuation system, what was the drive system we have to be implement for that. And the end of in a hand mean that the end effector, in the end effector which type of sensor we have to be implement. And that sensor what was the output is going to be give us, and what was the delay seconds of that. If we go within a sensor, firstly, if we think that this is an one sensor and this is an object behind that, and the sensor between this object and the sensor, how much the distance it will be varied by this sensor. And if we go within a certain platforms like a Arduino platform, they will be getting the top right side the serial monitor. In that serial monitor we can see the data, how much centigrade, and how much I mean that what was the Faraday's difference between the distance, and the variancy will be observed over there. According to that, we can know that yeah, this was an object between yeah, we have given a delay seconds for this, and we have an object detection ranging is this. According to that, the ranging is to be calculated, and the robot will be goes from the side. Yeah, here there is an obstacle, I should not go over here. And here we can use the obstacle avoiding sensor, sorry, here we are going to be use that ultrasonic sensor. Why we are going to be use the only ultrasonic sensor? The sound, the ultrasonic sensor means the sound waves will be transmitted. And if the object over here, and how it can know that it is an object, and I have to be grasp, it is going to be release the ultrasonic sound waves for a friend in the certain distance. How much the distance, how much the ranging we have set for that sensor by the potentiometer, or else by in the coding, yeah, this much, yeah, 3 microfarad distance and 4 microfarad distance, 2000 microfarad distance we are going to give for this. And according to that distance variancy, the sensor is going to be detect the object, and it is giving the data. Yeah, it is transmitting the uh, ultrasonic uh, ultrasonic sounds. And it has in it two. One is RX, RX, TX. What do you mean by the RX and TX? RX is receiver, TX is transmitter. Mean that receiver, transmitter. Whatever the receiver and the transmitter, and the transmitter is going to be transmit the ultrasonic sound waves towards the front in a particular distance. uh, and then if the sound waves didn't get any disturbance, or else the sound waves cannot be returned to the back, mean that the path is clear. If the sound waves, if any object will be, there will be a disturbance for that particular device, and again the sound waves will be coming back, but receiver is going to be receive that sound waves. Yeah, and it can detect that yeah, it has an something obstacle, and again it goes for it search for a free path, either else in a right or else in a left. Then after, yeah, this was a working principle of an ultrasonic sensor. If we go with an IR sensor, there will be an two. Here also there will be RX and TX. Whatever the sensors you are going to be use, yeah, for the few sensors there will be a receiver and transmitter. For the few sensors they have to be grasp, or else they have the capability to detect the particular objects only. If you go with the metal sensor, it will be after you touching with a metal, the sensor will be activated. Yeah, metal has been touched. The mostly the metal sensors will be used at the machineries like in a CNCs or anything else, the heavier amount of an machineries for detecting of an doors. Yeah, when we turn on to the automatic mode, the doors has been closed or not. How it can know that? By using of a metal detecting sensor. The metal detecting sensor mean that the metal detecting sensor, wait a second, I'm going to say you. Yeah, like this the button it will be, and the this is the body of the metal detecting sensor. If you keep the, if you're going to close the door, and here, yeah, door has been touched to metal detecting sensor and it has pushed into inside. Yeah, metal has been detected. And if you keep your finger over here, it will not going to be run the mission. If there is an emission, and the mission need to be run means it will not run. Why means it is not, your finger is not in, is in a metal. If you keep the keys, yeah, it will run in the automatic process. It is the security purpose of an automation technology, which to enhance the safety rules of an persons, like that. And the ear sensors, this is ear sensor. Note it down, guys. These all the sensors, and this is ultrasonic sensor. It is not called ultrasonic sensor. I'm going to say you ultrasonic sensor. This is IR sensor. In this IR sensor, the infrared rays is going to be released. Mean that IR means infrared rays. IR full form is infrared rays. The infrared rays is going to be released from this, and it is going to be detect either else in a white line, a white surface, or else in a black surface, any of the surface. If you are going within the competition of an IR sensor, or else if you go within the restaurant serving robots, in the few restaurant serving robots, they are going to give the lining for the particular point to another point, and it is going to be measure the distance that yeah, from this point to this point, this is my starting point and this is my ending point. And I'm going to say you, yeah, this is a point, and here there is a white surface, and again the backline, and here is going to be a white surface. Yeah, and in this white surface there is going to be one table, and there is going to be one table, and this is the labeling of one, and this is the labeling of two in the restaurant serving robots. Yeah, the robot has started from here, and the robot is following the black surface until the till here the robot can detect the black surface, and when it detect the white surface, it is going to be a stop. Mean that we are given the labeling of this. If the table number 1 means, the channel number also is going to be a 1, and the order is for the one first table, and we are going to feed this. Yeah, order has taken, and the we are going to install the order, I mean that fill up with an order which has been ordered by the customers, and then the robot is going to here to, and the person who is fill up with an order is going to press the button that, yeah, go to first table. Yeah, the robot will comes over here, and it detects a white line between here. White line means whatever the feeding data we have given for this robot follows the white line. When the white line has been came, need to be a stop. Mean that until and unless the infrared rays is going to be a reflect for the robot, until that the robot is going to be follow that line. Until here the robot is followed, and here it has stopped and the order has been delivered. And you'll be getting one more doubt. Yeah, okay, here the robot can be stopped and it has to go for in a second table. How it goes? It will, how means we are going to give the if we are going to give the second number for this feeding data for this robot, then this robot will goes on and it comes here, and it will not it will not stop over here. Why means we the person who has given the data here input data is second, number second, mean that here it is going to be a delay. Whatever the white line over here, how much the distance over here, it is going to be a delay. Then after it goes for here, once the white line has been delayed, and again the black line has been continued, and here it has came, yeah, second time it is going to be detect the white line, mean that only the once the line has to be in a delay, but the again the white line has came, it need not to delay, just it goes on. Sorry, it has to stop over here. Why means we have given the condition, whatever the condition we have given, only at once has to be stopped, or else once has to be neglect. Yeah, once here has been neglected, and when it comes to here, it will not neglect this white line, it will stop over here. Why means only once has been neglected, and next it will not neglect, it gives the delivery to the second table. Then after like that only continues. Yeah, again the black line will be goes, and here will be another table, will comes over here, and it next the person will press the 3, the 2 times has to be a delay, it will delays the 2 lines, and again it goes over here. This was the process has done in the restaurant serving robots, in the few robots that is used by the IR sensors and the ultrasonic sensors in the advanced level. Sorry, basic level. Or some of the sensors it will be that ultrasonic sensors, the advanced level is that they are going to be used, the robot didn't have any path variances, directly the robot can go and it detect the table by using of a machine vision concept, whatever the table numbering labeling, like a tag tag sensors. Yeah, if this is our refrigerator, and here there is a multiple channels, mean that here we are going to keep some milk, and here fruits, here vegetables, and here some extra ingredients, and for each and every channel we are going to give the IoT based fridge, means automatic based fridge, means we are going to give the labeling for each and every. Yeah, this is the channel of milk, and this is the channel of something of fruits, and this is the channel of vegetables and ingredients. We have given the taglines for this, and it has to detect we need a milk, and the whatever the system is going to detect, yeah, milk is in this channel, how it can detect, yeah, we have given a tagline for that, and it the sensor, whatever the sensor we are going to use here, it is going to detect that tag only. Yeah, this is in a chamber of milk, we have to take out the milk from this chamber only, and it won't goes for remaining 3 chambers, and this is the chamber of fruits. In these fruits, whatever the taglines, the sub taglines will be like if it is an apple, the apple tagline, if it is in a banana, the banana tagline, or something else, mean that each and every the sub taglines will be according to that. Yeah, in the category of fruits, need an apple, yeah, it goes to the channel of an fruits, and it pick up the apple. Like that the automation will be goes on. Now we can go with an this is all the sensors as an basic sensors, and if we go with an the advanced sensors, here we can learn the depth sensor. The depth sensor is an Jedi stereo camera reproduces the way human binocular, mean that our general eyes can view certain amount, I mean that the whatever the range will be, till that range only the our human eyes can visible, but the I mean that smaller particles or else any larger particles, what it will be, that particles we cannot see with our naked eye, and we can either else we can use the microscopic or something else. But here we have a sense that the depth sensor means that stereo labels stereo camera have two eyes penetrated by the 6 to 12 centimeters, which allows to capture high resolution 3D videos of the screen and estimate depth and motion by the comparing the displacement of pixel between the left and right image. Yeah, you can see that if there is one particular image here, if we assume that here we have one particular image and there will be a left side and right side. From if we see the any of an object, we can see from a front view only, and if we see the any larger objects, we can see from front view only, and either else some curvy view of that we can see that. But if you want to see the side view, we have to go over here. But by being in a same position, how we can view the all the dimension and all the depth of an object? By using of this depth sensor, we can see the visualization of an object in a 3D planar, like in a 3D video. We can see that what was the particles has been present over inside of this, and what was the particles in this object, and how it is going to show us at the outer part and the inner part and the sides, how it will be. We can see over here. Yeah, here you can see that this is in a depth map and the 3D resolution. If we go with the general picture and the naked eye can see that, yeah, how was the strikes is applicable means, okay, in the previous the LCD TVs, if you take and go your camera and capture the any photo, or else if you want going to be take the any videos, there will be something blur like structure. Why it will occurs mean that the resolution of a camera, how much the pixel, 48 pixel, or there will be a certain specification for each and every camera. Yeah, this was the pixel is need to be fixed for this camera, and in this distance only you have to take the picture. If the object can be come to near, or else the object can be goes to far from that range, the camera get the any can get the any interrupts like this only. If we keep the our camera, our eyes has some delay seconds to recapture the further image. The image will be like this only, the strips. Why means in the TV there will be one picture tube. The picture tube is going to be give that lightening to the whiter surface, and in that whiter surface whatever the imaginary images are going to get, that imaginary images we are seeing like in a videos, and that videos we can say that what was the audio and the video interrelated to that, and we can see that yeah, the video is playing, the man is moving from here to there, and the audio also coming like that. We can imagine like that, but the camera didn't have any brain like that, like us. Yeah, but imagination has not there for the camera. That's why the camera can capture whatever the exact the product is over there, that only can the camera can capture. That's why whatever the lighting strips, whatever the beaming of beaming and the interrupt between the surface, that will be captured by the camera. That's why if we take in a photo or else in a video at the TVs, we'll be getting the stripes. Actual the if we see within some camera also something else, the exact video will be like this only, but our eyes can be imagining and making that pixels into merging of in a particular part. That's why we are getting that yeah, it is clear, it has not any interrupts. And here if we go within a depth, here we can see that what was the inner imaginary things. In the depth map you can see that inner imaginary things how is going to be. If we are seeing in the front type of face, and if you want to observe the what was the our brain functionality, and I need to say means that, yeah, x-ray and the CT scanning. If we go with a CT scanning, they're going to get the different type of images of our brain. Or if we go with the brain CT scanning, we'll be getting the different type of images. Why different type of images means, our inner part and the our inner parts, the flowing of the blood is in a particular process. In that particular process, if we captured any image, we cannot get the in the single take, or else in a single time we cannot observe the particular a particular problem. We have to take something pixels, like this is in the another model and this is in the another model, like that. Here we can see that we need not to have to go within a multiple models. Here if we use the depth sensor, we can getting the inner imaginary things, like exactly how we can see by the scanning. That was the thing we can see by here, whatever the object, let it be. And here the 3D resolution. If we go with a 3D resolution, firstly we will be getting into the mind the three type of angles: x, y, and z. These were the three angles. The 3D resolution mean that if we go within our general language, front view and side view and top view. Front, side, and top. If we look at from a side view, we will be looking the top view and as well as in a front view. And if we looking from in a front view, we will be seeing the top view and the side view. If we seeing from in a top view, we are going to see the side view and as well as in a front view. This all the views can be seen by the single time. That is called as a 3D. Whatever the dimensions we are going to see in a single time, it was the particular I mean that it is called as a 3D. Like we can take the 3D videos and the 3D animation films. You can see that this was the 3D object. Here we can see that recognition of a 3D object. And if we go with a geolocation sensor, yeah, I said that yesterday when we go with an water, yeah, underwater application. I said you that at the further classes I'm going to say you what was the uh, device is going to be give exact location of a particular product in the underwater application. Here the geolocation sensor, the application of a geolocation sensor is that wherever you'll be, it is going to be receive the signals from any device. It didn't have any the particular that, yeah, I need to receive the signal from net connection only, I need to receive the connection from GPS only, I need to receive the connection from GSS only, and there will be a signal modulation. But here the geolocation sensor can take the signals from anything, either it is in a satellite, either it is in a cell tower, either it is in a something else. From anything, the geolocation can take the particular signal and it gives the exact pinpoint location. But if you go within the GPS, it can say this, yeah, if there is a radius of this, yeah, if you came to till this radius, yeah, your location is here, your location on left or as a location on right. But if you go within a geolocation, yeah, this is your location, exact location, whatever the point over here, the exact location, it comes to here and it stops. Yeah, this is the exact location of yours. But if you go within a GPS, the imaginary it is going to be say you, yeah, this was the radius, is belongs to you. But in the geolocation, exact position. And yesterday the Rajnesh has said that when we go with an underwater application, he said that GPS is going to give the signal for that underwater application. No, it's not the GPS, it is in a geolocation sensor. The geolocation sensor is going to take the signals from any unknown device, and it is going to give you the particular, yeah, pinpoint location of that object. Then only we can getting the particular data. If the object is like an imaginary, how we can get the exact data? And what was the using of that robots at the underwater application? The human only need to go to the underwater application. That's why we are using the geolocation sensor to get the exact location of that, and as well as an exact data which we are getting in the pinpoint location only. That was the use of the geolocation sensor. Here you can see that it can take the signals from geo tracking and navigation schemes, GPS, and as well as a location, anything else. It is interconnected to any device, and it giving the pinpoint location for that. Here you can see orientation, all the devices, whatever the devices, it didn't know that, yeah, this is my device, this is another device. It is connected to every type of a device, and it is getting. Here you can see that what was the number of that, and how you can install the geolocation sensors at your lapis or else on your mobile phones. Here there will be a software installation trip. And if you go with modules, the geolocation module is going to be like this. Yeah, here you can see that, guys, RX and TX. Have you seen? Previously, I said you uh, at the every max to max sensor there will be a receiver and the transmitter. If there will be in the signal modulation, it will go with a receiver and transmitter, or else if we go with an pin location, there also we can see the receiver and transmitter options. The was a pop-up that how we need to install the geolocation application, that I'm going to show you. That's why I have kept this pop-up. Okay, this was a device that, and here this was a sensor which is going to be grasp the signal from certain objects, and if you keep the hand over here, the sensor is going to be damaged. Why? Means this is a so much sensitive sensor, like this only you can see at the which sensor mean that, yeah, PIS sensor, passive infrared ray sensor. You can write, guys, PIR sensor, passive infrared ray. That was the sensor will be used you to when you go for in a shopping mall, the automatically the doors will be open. How it will open? By using of that sensor only, the PIR sensor, passive infrared ray sensor. And that passive infrared ray sensor can useful to detect the heat. It is going to be observe the heat from the our human bodies. If the human can goes over there, it can observe the heat from our human bodies, and it detect that, yeah, there is an object, it is coming near to me, I have to give the signal. And what was the conditions we are going to give for that? Yeah, this is a heat coming to me, I have to open the doors, and the condition has been at, and the doors will be opened. That was the process will be goes on over there. That's why we are going to give the protection for this. This is a protection box and interconnected, and this is the device, and the circuit interconnected to the this PCB. You're not going to see over here the circuit analyzing part, whatever the power connectivity and whatever the signal transmission from one place to another place, it all goes within the PCB. That's why the wire has interconnected to this. Okay, now clear with geolocation sensor. Now LiDAR. The LiDAR sensor is that um, in the night vision and the night time, not only in the night times, if you go with an automatic cars, how is the automatic car can detect that, yeah, this was the radius, and in this radius I didn't want to uh, collide with this cars, and what was the speed breakers in the certain distance, and what was the holes is there, and what was the entraps is there for me while I'm traveling, and what was the cars is coming behind me, and what was the cars behind side of me. It is all going to be the this is the full location. If we implement a lidar sensor over on the car, it is going to be detect the whole the radius in a particular way, and it detect that, yeah, in this much distance there is one car. I should not go more near to that, and I should not go more near to another car, and it can detect by itself and goes on a free path where the interruption has not getting. Here in the LiDAR sensor, or the light detection and ranging, is popular remote sensing and method using for measuring the extra distance of an object on the earth surfaces. Even though it was for use in the 1960s, when laser scanner were mounted to aeroplanes. Okay, in the 1960s also they have used this lidar sensor. How they have used this lidar sensor? They have used it for an aeroplanes to measure the distance. What was another aeroplane is coming near to me or not, and how I can calculate that another any object is coming near to aeroplane or not, while the aeroplane is going to be fly at the air. On that time, even the small balloon goes and touch the aeroplane also, the aeroplane will be crashed out. That much sense to the aeroplane is when it is going to be fly at the air. On that time, they are going to be use this lidar sensor to measure the any interruptions has coming at the sky. This was the sensor has been used. And for the automatic cars also, mainly the car will be goes on the earth surface only. In the earth surface, if the lidar sensor is implemented for the car, in the earth surface it is going to be detect the certain radius of that car, and giving the data to the car. Yeah, this much distance is that this car, I have to go within a free space and the free angle direction. Then our passenger will be in the safe mode, and the car also can go within a certain speed on the free I mean that in the free area. If there is any interruption, it will won't goes that much speed in that interruption areas. It is going to detect, yeah, in this much distance we have a speed breaker. Now I need to go slowly at the speed breaker, and there is something hole. I need to cross that hole by going off on a side. Like that it will detect, and the automatic car will be moved. Now you got it, which was the sensors we are going to use at the automatic cars. Not only this sensor, there will be 32 sensors we are going to use at the automatic cars. Different type of sensors. The main particular sensor is that the lidar sensor, sorry, and TF2 micro lidar ranger finder. If you go with a TF2 micro lidar finder, unidirectional ranging lidar and long range, high protection and high speed measurement, and widely used high fixing and terrain following drones. Yeah, here you can see that, guys. What was the principle of a lidar sensor? It can detect the range, and it gives the distance of an interruption, and it can measure in the fastest, like a detection range is 0.4 to 22 meters. This was the detection range. For this, they have given TF02 micro lidar ranger finder. And this type of cameras, or else diff type of application where they will install means that in the automatic factories. In the automatic factories means in the, yeah, I'm going to draw and show you. Yeah. If this is in a conveyor belt, in this conveyor belt, there will be fixing within a cameras over here. In this conveyor belt, the bottles is going, the cool drink bottles is going. If you think it is in a thumbs up, the cool drink bottles is going. And how it can detect that all the bottles are filled with an equal level or not? How we can get the exact precision? The if the human can fill, sometimes the bottle can fill up to here, and sometimes the bottle can fill to up to here only. And what was the um, errors is occurring over here? How we can find it in that much heavier amount of production? The lidar sensor, the lidar laser finder, it can use to detect the particular object, how much the radius it need to be, how much quantity it need to be. Yeah, this much quantity it need to be. And why this much quantity only is there? If this much quantity is there, it is going to be remove this object from this conveyor belt. Then the what was the exact accuracy? Here we will be going to get the accuracy products and the exact products into the market. Here this was the sensor is going to be detect what was the leveling of that in a shortest time, and it gives the data. And how this concept has been worked with, which type of a concept? Mission vision. Write it down, guys. This is a mission vision concept. In this mission vision concept, by using of a TF02 micro lidar sensor, we can identify the defecting parts of a particular object. Then we can give the exact accuracy in the industrial purposes. And next, slick sensor. Slick sim sensor means that this is the model number of that. This is also a lidar sensor, and this was the application that to avoid the collections of an autonomous mobile missions, to detect limit and high violations, to install new applications at order to slick stagnations for automated monitoring. Yeah, this is an automatic monitoring. Why means we are going to give the coding for this, and it is going to be monitor the automatic systems. And here you are going to see that how was the slick sensor is going to be work, and what was the working principle of that slick sensor.
And presence detection in indoor applications. Tier 1 sensors are small enough to fit into almost any space, and so light that they do not weigh down even very small motor vehicles. Their rugged industrial design withstands shocks and vibrations. The wide input voltage range makes them a perfect match for almost any applications. And due to their low power consumption, they are particularly suited for mobile applications using batteries. With a 1-degree angular resolution and a field of view of 200 degrees, Tin 1 sensors detect even minute details and ensure highly reliable area monitoring. No matter if the monitored area is rectangular or has a free shape, you can easily design the field sets to suit your application needs. During teaching, TIM1 sensors will scan the surrounding and save the field shape. Or you may simply connect a TIM1 sensor to Surface AT software via an IO-Link master to configure the field set. There are various mounting kits available to suit your application needs. TIM1 2D LiDAR sensors prevent collisions with obstacles overhanging from above ground. They detect the entire width of storage bays, as well as load carriers of all shapes and sizes. They also provide empty bay detection in tote storage areas and overfill detection to avoid protruding objects. Furthermore, TIM1 sensors prevent attempts to climb over the doors into secured areas. And they reliably detect people in these areas as well as thrown in objects. Tier 1 sensors are also used in the field of building management, for example, for the protection of objects in museums or for building safety and security. Tier 1, the effective 2D lighting sensors for your automation requirements.
Yeah, guys, you have seen over here, it can get any area, whatever the area it will be, it is in a triangular, it is in a rectangular, whatever the area it can be, it doesn't matter for the slick sensor. It is going to be interconnected to that, and it gives us security in the like a laser security, or else it giving the measurements and the heavy lifting objects. What was the heavy lifting object when we are going to lift the heavy lifting objects, and what was the distance, in which distance that object has to be stopped, and how much distance has been calculated over there. These all the things can be used by the slick sensor. Yeah, this is all for today, guys.